who were just with me. I was having a little bit of technical difficulties, but I am now back. So as you all know by now, the Los Angeles Lakers fell victim tonight to none other than the Denver Nuggets, Nikola Jokic. And the first thing we want to do, as always, is we want to just give shouts out to the Denver Nuggets and tip our hats to them. They played a great series. Mike Malone coached his rear end off, really outcoached Darvin Ham in this series. There's a whole lot that we could talk about and a whole lot that we could break down. I'm here for all the smoke, for anybody who want to, just join in the chat. Any questions that you have, anything we want to talk about to look forward to the offseason. But like I said, first and foremost, just want to give just congratulations to the Denver Nuggets for a job well done. You have to give them props. And of course, tonight, in the pregame, I said during the pregame that Darvin Ham, D'Lo, and Davis didn't show up. You got that right. We got that right. I still can't believe we got swept. It's hard to believe. It is hard to believe. I wouldn't have imagined that. I really picked the Lakers in 6 like I did in the previous 2 series. Third quarter really killed us. Yeah, 36-16, Tron. 36-16 in the third quarter. That just made absolutely no sense to come out flat like that. And I'm going to get into what exactly happened in that third quarter here in just a bit. But like I said, tipping our hats to the Denver Nuggets. They played a hell of a series. But like I said in the pregame, and like I've been saying for the past 3 games, what did I say? After the first game, when you started off with D'Lo, by the time, at least by halftime of game 2, you could see. Halftime of game 2, you could see that D'Lo was pretty much unplayable in this series. He was getting cooked just about every time he was out there, whether he was on KCP, whether he was on Jamal Murray, or whether they tried to. And then if you try to hide him on anybody else, they way too big for him. So at the end of the day, Lakers really got outcoached. Darvin Ham got outcoached. And as you can see in the first game, when the Lakers went down by 20 just to start it off, LeBron James dropped 40, and all I see is LeBron need to retire. He a bum. Man, send love to the haters, man. That's all I can tell you, because people like that, what they trying to do is get to you. Don't let them do it, because all they trying to do, 15, yeah, that's not much in today's game. That's true. That's true. 15, that can be stopped at any time in the NBA. A few quick threes. That's why I was never comfortable in the Golden State series. But what I really like to say is, because of the change of starting lineup, I just really feel like if Coach would have made the move in game 2, or at least in game 3, to have started Dennis Schroeder, what can I think this be done next year for a better result? I'm going to tell you right now, there's a lot of things. And the first thing, first and foremost, is, and I know a lot of people are not going to agree with this, is you got to go ahead and get rid of D'Angelo Russell, because he's not the answer. He's a minus for the playoffs in his entire career. He's a great regular season player, because in the regular season, you're playing, 30 different teams or whatever. So you're not going up against the hardest, most physical team every night. How many more years do LeBron have in the league, Mr. Rich, man? I have to say, I don't know. LeBron just said, for those of you who did not see it, I didn't get a chance to see the post-game presser, but Wendy just tweeted out, I believe, that LeBron said he doesn't know how much longer he got, or something like that, or he just really had to sit back and think and make some basketball decisions. Who knows what that means? LeBron James could be very cryptic at times in the things that he says, but I'm pretty sure he's exasperated right now because of the series he just had. He played a hell of a game. LeBron James played a hell of a game. We saw LeBron James drop 31 points in the first half. Man, I'm trying to tell you, LeBron James, if you really take a look at it, do y'all know how many minutes LeBron James played? Man, I appreciate that, man. Hey, I pin it in the comment right after the live stream, man. I take that drink. I probably had too many as it is right now. I don't know. LeBron James, man, he might be getting tired, man. You can only do so much. You can only do so much. At age 38, it's tough, man. It's tough. How do you come back to LeBron haters? Man, it's very easy. You just drop facts on them. And if you want facts, tune in here every day, because I'm going to straight up give them to you. LeBron haters, you got to realize something about them. First of all, they don't like themselves. They don't like themselves, because who sit around praying for the next man downfall and is happy for the next man downfall? You understand me? We sitting up here, We happy. Guess what? The Lakers had a hell of a season. They started off 2-10 with a terrible roster. Man, this got me to thinking about something. And I thought about this at halftime, y'all. And LeBron was hurt because if LeBron wasn't hurt, he would have played like this the entire series, like he played tonight. But he reached down real deep. He reached down real deep for himself. No, it's straight up facts, homie. It's straight up facts because we can get into that offseason. I'm really not trying to get into these tight debates right now as far as, LeBron James and, people hating on this and that. We got tomorrow. We got plenty of the offseason to deal with that, and we can get into facts all day long because trust me, I got them for you, and LeBron James stacks up to anybody in the history of anybody who ever touched a basketball. And then right now, you got people sitting up here saying, man, appreciate that, Mike. You got a lot of people out here sitting up here saying that LeBron James is the reason why they lost the series. That makes absolutely no sense. If you really take a chance and look at it, LeBron James averaged, 28 and 10 for the entire series. LeBron James, 28, 10, and 10. So LeBron James averaged a triple-double for the series and shot 52%. So tell the haters that. Y'all talking about what can we tell the haters? Tell the haters that a 38-year-old man averaged for the Western Conference Finals 28, 10, 10, and a steal and a block a game and shot over 50% for the series. He was one off a triple-double. That's right. And he really should have had the triple-double tonight. But if you really want to look at some things, you look at Anthony Davis. This is what I want to say right now. I really want to say this right now because LeBron James played 47 minutes and 56 seconds. That's all but 4 seconds of an entire game. And then you have Anthony Davis who played 40 minutes. If LeBron James can give it his all and he knows, listen, this could be potentially the last game of the season, I'm going to play every damn minute. And I heard AD say that. I don't remember what game it was. It was maybe early on in the playoffs where he said, I'll play every minute if I have to. Well, why you didn't play every minute tonight, AD? Because as I looked at the beginning of the fourth quarter, I saw Anthony Davis sitting on the bench, and I saw LeBron James playing every single minute starting out that fourth quarter when maybe it could have been LeBron James over there catching a breather while Anthony Davis wheeled his team. But a lot of these key plays, I tell you what, Jokić hit the big three. Man, you got to give it to him. The 1-footer three falling away. What I think about Tristan Thompson minutes, man, I say, imagine telling Kobe and having LeBron got swept in the locker. Man, you know what? That comment right there, man, that's kind of a low blow, my brother. I'm just going, that's all I'm gonna tell you like that, because if you believe, whether or not you believe in Nirvana or whatever you believe, there's nothing to joke with, because at any time, karma can come around to you. And if Kobe is somewhere in that place, he can truly see. So nobody has to tell him what's going on. May God rest his soul. But that's all I'll say to that, because that was a snide remark, man. But I do appreciate that tip. But anyway, back to what I was saying. LeBron James, you could say he got swept, but at the end of the day, he gave it his all. Like I just said, 48 minutes that he basically played tonight. Played the entire game, 15 out of 25, 4 out of 7 for 3, which we know one of them was lucky, but we'll take it all day, every day. Man, what's up with you, Ty Mac, man? What's up with you, MC? Man, appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that. Yeah, we got to celebrate. Yeah, we going to be on the throne. We going to be on everything. You understand me? I didn't get to go to L.A. I didn't get to go to L.A. for the parade, so that does upset me a little bit. But I'm telling you what, I'm still going to go to L.A. I'm going to plan something. We're going to have to do something. But I'm telling y'all right now, let me just ask everybody real quick, man. Who do y'all want to see Denver play? Do y'all want to see Denver play Miami, or do you want to see him play Boston? Which I don't think Boston coming back from 4, just like, the Lakers didn't. But, it probably will be Denver versus Miami. But let me tell y'all something for the LeBron James fans on this page. I'm telling y'all right now, I'm going to get to that Kyrie stuff in just a minute, Drew. I got you. But I'm telling y'all right now, there's already haters out there in the midst where the haters are saying, Miami, right? They already saying, well, if Jimmy Butler win a ring with Miami, it's worth more than LeBron James rings with Miami, which is a ludicrous statement. LeBron James brought us a level of excitement to Miami that was previously never seen and hasn't been matched before. If you was down on South Beach during that time, it was a show. Anytime LeBron James stepped on the floor in the arena and was there in Miami, y'all already know how it was. And no, taking nothing away from Jimmy Butler, I would have loved to see the rematch of Miami against the Lakers. That's really what I thought it was. Shout you out, man. What's up with you, Drew? I got you. But no, I got you, Drew. Matter of fact, let me get back to it since you did ask the question. I got you. You said, do I think the Lakers will be going after Kyrie, in the offseason? What I really think about that is I personally hope not, unless Kyrie is willing to take some sort of pay cut, which he's made a lot of money in his career. He opted in into this contract in Brooklyn, so that lets you know at the beginning of the season he was all about his paper, and he was not going to sit up here and because he could have left to the Lakers and did at the beginning of the season and came and opted out of his contract. If he would have opted out of his contract with Brooklyn, he could have came over to the Lakers. But it depends. If Kyrie Irving could take D'Angelo Russell money, perhaps at 28, 29 million per year, then I think so. I think they could. But if Kyrie Irving wants 40 million a year, that's going to be a little hard because if you look down the Lakers, can't believe it, man. It's a tough pill to swallow, y'all. It's a tough pill to swallow, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, the Lakers just couldn't get it done. And I'm going to go right back to what I was saying before. Now, y'all tell me if I'm lying. Before the game and for the past 3 shows, what have I said? Appreciate that, brother. For the past few shows, what have I said? I said put Schroeder in the starting lineup because he could pressure the ball and play good defense against Jamal Murray. Now, as you can see, he was against Jamal Murray all in the first half. He gave him problems. And if you look at it overall, Jamal Murray, he had a decent game. 43 minutes out of Jamal Murray, only had 25 points. He said D-Lo and AD can go. Man, I kind of feel you on that, man. But what AD did, this series, in the previous series, you're going to need him. Like, if Memphis gets Steven Adams back, I wouldn't say the problem is AD. AD needs to be more consistent on the offensive end. He plays good defense, but AD cannot be the best player on the team. And that's why I've been telling everybody LeBron is the best player on the team. Man, salute to everybody too, man. Salute to everybody, man. Much love to everybody. But, as I was saying, going back to this game, LeBron James, 47 minutes and 56 seconds, all but 4 seconds of the game. And then you got Anthony Davis out here, of course, shooting 6 out of 15. Once again, he did make most of his free throws, 9 out of 10. But one of those big plays was not only Jokić hitting that fall-away 3 off 1 foot that was crazy, but there was a scramble for the ball. I think it went off AD. I hate that Ham left the challenge in his back pocket. I understand he didn't want to lose a timeout, but we could never really see, man, no problem, Zero. That's what I'm here for. But we could never really see if that ball went out, and they didn't really get him enough time. They didn't really get him enough opportunity to see who that ball was really off of, but ultimately they said it was off the Lakers. It was a tie game at that point with 45 seconds left, and at the end of the day, they gave it to Denver. Man, they get the out-of-bounds play into Jokić with 3.5 seconds, and he pretty much takes Anthony Davis to the hole and lays it up and in, through contact. It could have been an and one. So you got to give it up. Man, God bless you too, DP. Yep. Let's see. I'm sorry, but AD soft as s'mores, marshmallow, and had no dry. You're right about that. The inconsistency is terrible, But I'm gonna tell y'all something though about LeBron James, and I'm gonna dwell on this. And I hate to nitpick at LeBron James and talk about his miscues and his mistakes, but he did have some. But first thing I want to say is, man, I got a lot of messages, y'all. I don't know if y'all cussing or what y'all saying, but they saying all of them being held for review. So I know y'all out there going ham in the comments. I can't even keep up with it, man. Y'all chill out, man. It's all good. Don't even be serious, man. AD is a glass cannon. Yes. But anyway, back to what I was saying, man. Anthony Davis needs to be more consistent on the offensive end. I don't think it's time to get rid of AD yet. AD for Irving? No, because guess what? You can get Kyrie Irving and still keep AD. It's possible. It just depends on how you want to spread your money out, And AD could very well be the Lakers' future. Can he stay healthy? That's the key. LeBron James, how much more does he have in the tank? Man, AD soft as Scott tissue. No, man, he ain't even soft as Scott's tissue. That man's soft as Charmin, because Scott's can be a little rough. Yeah, Scots could be a little bit rough on your ass, you know what I'm saying? But now, real talk, man. D'Angelo Russell right now, expiring contract, $29.3 million. Who think D'Angelo Russell need that money? Who think D'Angelo Russell need them $29 million? No, I say no. Listen, if Dennis Schroeder, oh man, my mind is scattered. So let me go back to what I was saying. My mind is scattered. B New, just curious, what do you think would have happened if LeBron never left Miami, or at least went and won after the back to the Cavs? I think if LeBron never would have left Miami, I thought about that tonight too. That's a great question. I think if LeBron would have never left Miami, that they may would have had a down season the following year, because ultimately we know what happened to Chris Bosh with the blood clots of the lungs and him suffering health issues, and we saw Dwayne Wade knees just completely give out on him, and that's ultimately why I think LeBron James looked at it and said, "Hey, this team is, I'm still trying to win. I'm in my prime. Respect to my brothers, but I want to go back home." He wanted to go make a promise to go back home to Cleveland, but he saw what was going on, and I don't think he felt like he had time for rebuilding years, because Dwayne Wade was not going to not take his $45 million a year max contract, and LeBron James knew that if D Wade was signed to max money again, that ultimately they weren't going to have. And then you've seen this formula, Mike. You see this formula go all through the NBA now. You don't need a big three. You don't need three players with max money. You saw what happened with the Nets. You saw what happened with the Lakers. There's so many teams you can name who tried for this big three and it never worked out for them. The formula, what I've been saying for years and years and years in the NBA, is a dynamic duo. Dynamic duo. When you have a good dynamic duo, then you have a great shot at winning a championship. You get you a good dynamic duo, and you get good role players that surround that dynamic duo, as you can see right now with Jamal Murray and Jokić. Is a hell of a dynamic duo. And then they might be getting the max money, but then they spreading the rest of their money around to good role players like a KCP, who the Lakers gave up. The Lakers gave up KCP, trying to give somebody max money in a Russell Westbrook. So ultimately, Mike, I think what the Lakers should have did is Schroeder, man, people don't even really think this. If Schroeder had took the contract that the Lakers offered them, if Schroeder took the contract that the Lakers offered him, I think 4 years, $80 million, but he decided to say no and test free agency. And we all know ultimately he missed out on several $1 million going to Boston and then going to Houston, I believe. But at the end of the day, had Schroeder signed that contract, then Russell Westbrook would have never became a Laker. And I think, that last year was a terrible season to endure if he was a Lakers fan, because it just ultimately didn't end up being a good fit. And, not just, talent-wise, but also attitude-wise, because we all know the rift that kind of came in the locker room, So, oh, man, what, has Paul joined us? Is that where all the comments been getting restricted? He must have joined us. We welcome the haters, y'all. Let's see. LeBron James needs to play hard there, and he's going to. Dennis fumbled. Yes, Dennis fumbled that bag. Russ being Lakers, man. Russ being a Laker was terrible, man. I don't know. Sometimes I do think, man, dude signed up just to do. Let's see. B new. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. There's too many comments that's being held. KCP wasn't balling like that when he was on the Lakers. Yeah, KCP was. He was balling pretty good when he was on the Lakers. KCP was a great 3-and-D guy. He played defense. He was the reason why the Lakers, won the championship in the bubble. But you're right, he wasn't hitting them threes as good, because a lot of times he was broke. But when you have that confidence, it just turns everything around. Let's see. He wasn't hitting shots like that, though. No, you're right. He wasn't hitting shots all like that. But go back. I dare you go back and look at the percentages throughout the playoffs of the bubble and when he was there. Danny Green. Think about it. The Lakers had Danny Green, who at the time was a good player. They let go. That was a good 3-and-D guy. They let go of KCP. They let go of Kuzma, who was a good rebounder. Let's see. Lakers gone fishing. Yep. They fishing. They deep sea fishing. How do I feel about breaking it up? I think they should make another run of it. I mean, the team that they just got now, they really... Now, as far as breaking it up, you can get D'Lo the hell out of here. I'm just telling you right now, he not playoff ready. And I'm sorry if his feelings going to be hurt, but, Darvin Ham should have benched him in the second game. If Darvin Ham would have put him on the bench in the first game, then guess what? guess what? The Lakers would have had an opportunity to win the series. The Lakers might be up 3-1. LeBron never winning another championships 4 and 6 in 30 years. Now this Paul, y'all, this same guy who says he's a Lakers fan, the same guy. Have you ever seen a Lakers fan be so thrilled that their team lost? See, you wake up and love another man so much. See, you secretly hate him, but you might just have a crush on him because you really do a lot of thinking about this man. So it make me wonder. I know he is. Look, he a fake. Like Pac used to say, we see these haters, they in the disguise. We see it all day long. Man, right, put Tristan Thompson Hart in AD because I don't know, AD, man, he had the one put back dunk on Jokić and like he did something and hung on the rim for a minute like he was doing something, man. But anyway, y'all, I'm not trying to get off track. Let me go back to what I was saying about LeBron James, who had a hell of a game. But I want to say LeBron James was way too passive in that third quarter. LeBron James came out and dominated in the first 2 quarters. He wasn't taking no for answers. And for all the people like Paul in the last show on the stream who said, LeBron James can't play in the post, hope you see how silly you look now because exactly what I said. LeBron James should have been playing in the post. I said it in the previous 3 shows. Why is LeBron James not playing more in the post? But at the end of the day, he played in the post today, and you could see he dominated. But he came out in the third quarter, and he was way too passive because he had put the team on his back, and he really rallied them. And I think at that point he was thinking, okay, now I need to trust my teammates to bring me home. I came out, I was aggressive, so now I'm going to allow them to get off. And man, I'm telling you what, Hachimura missed some open threes. Lonnie Walker missed some open threes. Austin Reeves missed some open threes. And next thing you know, the Denver Nuggets was right back in it. How many years LeBron James had left? I think if LeBron James really wanted to play another 3 or 4 years, I think he could. And I think he could play at least another 2 years at a pretty high level and average probably 25 again. Y'all do know that LeBron James has averaged 25 points for 20 years in a row. Something that's never been done. Y'all do know, for all these haters out here, let me go ahead and tell y'all this. LeBron James did hit over 8,000 playoff points tonight, the most in the history of the NBA. Second place, Michael Jordan, 6,000 playoff points. That's 2,000 playoff points behind GOAT. Yeah, Bronny ain't it either. No, I don't think so, but I think Bryce might be the man. So I think Lakers retire LeBron James jersey. I don't know. That's a tough one to call. Man, I see Mike trying to say something, but for some reason, and I want to answer him because he's tipping, but it says here for review, but it will not let me. Mike, I apologize, my brother. I do apologize. Only thing I see is just curious, what do I think? I think a lot, but I see the rest of your question. It said it's inappropriate, man. So Mike, reword it. I don't know. Don't go off too bad, Mike. Much love to you though. But back to what I was saying. Man, there's so many comments here for review, man. Why y'all going off like this? It's all good. There's nothing to be mad about. We all happy. But, at the end of the day, it's Jokic's turn, man. You got people that's going to be on the stage for the first time. Denver, first time in the finals for the Denver Nuggets. That's good for them. People keep saying LeBron never win another championship. If he doesn't, who cares? I'm sure he would like to. I'm sure a lot of his fans would like to. But, man, if y'all really think, especially, let me go to what Shaq was saying, and I kind of alluded to this on yesterday. Shaq saying if LeBron gets swept, then he's out of the GOAT conversation. I mean, that is really the most asinine thing that I've ever heard. For one, if LeBron, by him getting swept tonight, you cannot put that on him. I hope LeBron James does retire Laker. I really do myself. I just feel like, he may want to play with his son, but if you really said, oh, you're not, I must be a YouTuber. Okay, appreciate it, Mike, man. I ain't want to miss out on nothing with what you were saying because it kept saying Chip and you was trying to say something. But let's see, Thunder swept Kobe Bean Bryant. Yeah, they did. And a lot of people don't realize that who else swept the defending champion Lakers? The Mavs. Damn, that was right on time, Lake Show, Bron. The Mavs did sweep the defending champion Lakers. And a lot of people say it was LeBron's fault that, they never faced the Lakers in the finals and he never faced Kobe in the finals. And they allude to the year that LeBron lost to Orlando in the Eastern Conference Finals. And they said, well, he could have played Kobe. But at the end of the day, Kobe was, swept by that same very Dallas Mavericks team. That Dallas Mavericks team that year, everybody, they went through OKC, they went through San Antonio, and they went through the defending champion Los Angeles Lakers, and they would almost hit the 4-4-4 like Moses Malone said in '84. Let's see. You can't take what these sports analysts say to value. It's true, man. They be all over the place, and a lot of them, they fanboys. But me myself, y'all know I love LeBron James. I always have. I think he is the best player in the league by far, ever. If you go back and look at it, and his resume can say that. I know a lot of people, and I'll touch on this for just a moment, just because everybody may want me to. But a lot of people touch on Michael Jordan and say, Michael Jordan, is the GOAT for so many reasons. But what a lot of people don't realize is you could take every series that Michael Jordan ever played in, and if you actually watched it and you broke it down, you wouldn't just say, okay, they remember moments, they remember nostalgia. But I remember a whole final series where I saw Scottie Pippen hold MVP Charles Barkley in check. I remember when I saw not Steve Kerr, but John Paxson hit the walk-off three in Game 6 to clinch the series, where Michael Jordan didn't even touch the ball in the last play. They come up the court, give it to Horace Grant on the post. Horace Grant kicks it back out to John Paxson, hits the 3 for the game, and they walk off and win that series. It was other series where Michael Jordan kicks it over to Steve Kerr, and he hits the Game 6 walk-off 3. Understand me? So it wasn't just Michael Jordan by himself, which a lot of people think, but every time Michael Jordan had the better team, because he had beside him in 3 of those championship runs 2 first-team All-NBA defenders by his side, and that of Scottie Pippen and that of Dennis Rodman. So at the end of the day, for all those people who want to say, that Jordan is so much greater than LeBron James, if you want to think that, then that's fine. Because guess what? Michael Jordan was a hell of a player, and I think in my countdown, I just happen to have Michael Jordan number 2. There's nothing wrong with being number 2, but people seem to think just because he's 6-0 in the finals that somehow makes him a better basketball player than LeBron James, as if none of his other teammates stepped up and won those games. Did Michael Jordan win all those games by himself? Was Scottie Pippen not an All-NBA defender, time in and time out? Did Michael Jordan guard Charles Barkley in these series? No. Who took on the defensive responsibilities in most of these series? Who led in statistics in most of these series? And I'm not taking anything away from Michael Jordan. Like I said, great defender. But I'm going to give we got all offseason that I'm going to break it down, because, matter of fact, I'm going to do, if y'all haven't seen it, check out my Last Dance response video that I did a while back ago. Forgive me for the bad audio on it. I was just getting started back then. But I'm going to redo it because there's a lot of facts I want to bring to life. And it's some definitely I want to talk about as far as the illegal defenses and the defense that was allowed at the time back then compared to now. Some of those things that allowed Michael Jordan to dominate. And Michael Jordan even said himself going into the year 2002 and 2003 when the NBA implemented and allowed zone defenses back. What did he say? I wouldn't be able to get off like this. These was Michael Jordan words. I wouldn't be able to score. I wouldn't be able to be a star against these defenses. You're taking away isolations from superstars. NBA defenses, everybody want to say there's no defense in the NBA. That's absurd. The NBA, to me, is at an all-time level right now. The defenses are much more complex because you have to cover so much more airspace. Who was the better defender, Bron or MJ? That's a tough question, because think about it like this. You could go either way. It's almost neck and neck. But I know Jordan has much more all NBA defenses trophies as far as his accolades. But at the end of the day, y'all do know that the media and a lot of these people choose some of these awards. But that is one award that the coaches choose, so you have to give him his props. But a lot of times, Michael Jordan, as a 2 guard in that league, playing one-on-one basketball against another two guard that was not necessarily on his level versus LeBron James playing in a more complicated defensive schemes to where he has to cover more space and play multiple players throughout the course of a series and throughout the course of a regular season. So if I ultimately had to say it, you can see LeBron James can guard positions 1 through 4 and even sometimes position 1 through 5. As you can see, LeBron James, who guarded Jokić pretty good during the season. If this was younger LeBron, he probably would have took on the assignment of guarding Jokić the whole series and let Anthony Davis play off him. But because of his age, he really couldn't do that. But Jokić going into this game was 2-12 against LeBron, with LeBron on him as defense. So, yes, Michael Jordan is the GOAT. That's what they say. I don't think so. I get Jordan number 2, like I was saying. But, LeBron James with the ability to defend multiple positions. Do y'all remember him taking on the defensive assignment of Tony Parker? At times, a person who should be able to easily get past him. Do you remember him taking on the position of guard Derrick Rose during crunch time and shutting Derrick Rose down when the Bulls was up on the Heat 2-1, like Derrick Rose wasn't the MVP of the league and LeBron James was guarding this man one-on-one, shutting him down? Do you remember when LeBron James would take on the assignment of guarding somebody like Steph Curry, who with his speed should be able to get past him? No, you couldn't see it. You couldn't see it. But at the end of the day, back to what I was saying as far as tonight's game, LeBron James did become too passive in the third quarter. He came out, he was dominant in the first half, and in the third quarter, he was just trying to get his teammates going, and ultimately he couldn't do it. I would like to continue to see him put the onus on the defense and continue to make it hard for them and punish them by going to the hole. Let's see. I'm not saying trade AD, but Pelinka. That's true. I mean, if you can get something crazy, like, let's see, who will give up for, if you can get KD for AD, yeah, pick their phone up. But then both of them stay injured. So I was about to say, well, he stay injured. But then I started thinking, well, both of them really stay injured. What was LeBron's best team he played for? I'd probably have to say the Cleveland squad, like 15-16 Cleveland squad, because Kim and Kyrie, I think, made a great duo. Even, him and D-Wade made a hell of a duo too. But it's a well-rounded team. Those Miami Heat teams, they really suffered until that second year when they moved Bosh over to center. Man, I got some good videos that I'm going to be doing coming up. I'm going to do a whole series because I have a revelation about how it was actually LeBron James and the Miami Heat who really kind of changed the way the NBA is flowing now as far as the three-point, because everybody want to get it to Golden State, but Miami was the first one to really start when they moved Chris Bosh out there to center to start stretching the floor and using 5 to shoot threes and spreading the floor out like that. So, and I can show you the statistics once they made that change, how other teams started to follow suit. You understand me? And I can show you that. But kind of going back just for a second for the Lakers in the offseason, man, if the Lakers, I think they could run this thing back and be successful and potentially win a championship next year, because we saw the level of defense they was playing, but the defense they was playing was not with D'Angelo Russell on the floor. So D'Angelo Russell, $29.3 million. I know Vando, he kind of became unplayable a little bit in this series just because of matchups. I'm a big LeBron fan, but he would never be better than MJ or Kareem. I don't know. I mean, what did Kareem do in the whole 70s? Until Kareem got Magic, I'm trying to figure out what Kareem did in the whole 70s. He was dominant. Go back and look at the film. For all you people who just read or do hearsay or listen to commentators, go look at the film. And Kareem was dominant. I mean, trust me, he was. He's 7'1" or whatever he should be, and they did change the rules for him. But what did Kareem do in the 70s? There was no other dominant Wilt. Everybody was gone. Kareem, you had a chance. What did you do in the 70s? You didn't start winning championships, really. You won the earlier ones, but, 1 or 2, but you didn't start winning multiple championships until the 80s when Magic came along and became the Showtime Lakers. So you want to say Kareem is better than LeBron? I don't think so. Kareem was a one-trick pony. He could shoot a lot of threes. He could shoot a hook shot. He played good defense for a center because that's what the league was more about back then. So, yes, I rank him as the best center of all time, and I do have Kareem ranked 3, by the way. But is he a Swiss Army knife like LeBron James, capable of guarding multiple positions? Can he get people involved like LeBron James? Can he finish up and down the court and finish at the rim like LeBron James? What can he do? Let's see. LeBron James loses game with Nuggets. It's embarrassing. Man, if you think being 38 years old and, dropping 40 in an elimination game is embarrassing, then you might, want to reevaluate your mindset and what you think about people because you really sound like a hater and that's sad for you. Let's see, everybody keeps saying Steph revolutionized the three. What about J.R. Smith giving the Reeves and Ray Allen? That's true, but I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna make a special video. I'm gonna do an announcement, a pre-thing announcement, where I'm gonna show you who really revolutionized the game. And Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors, they did, but I'm telling you, it was the Miami Heat who first really started it, and I had the statistics to back it up. I will show you at another date when I have it all in front of me. I'm gonna make a whole another video about that. Nuggets were the number one seed. Lakers were 10 before the trade. Exactly. Hats out. I'm an MJ hater, but I got him ranked number 2. Tell me how that works. Okay, so let's see. I got Elijah 1 over Kareem. As a center, Hakeem was a better player. That's tough. I probably have to go Kareem over Elijah 1 only because Kareem, you got to realize, second best scorer all time. I know a lot of that was some of his longevity and that unstoppable skyhook. Elijah 1 did have better footwork than, of course, Kareem did. But at the end of the day, his defense, I don't think, was on the level of what Kareem's defense was, especially when Kareem was young. He was a enforcer, and they called him the captain for a reason, and you could always depend on him for a bucket. Now, prime Hakeem, yes. If you take from 90, let's say 92 to 96 Hakeem, yes. But in order to be great, you have to sustain it. And that's why I say LeBron James is up there. He sustains it. A lot of people say they'd take Hakeem over Shaq because Hakeem swept Shaq in the finals. But guess what? I'll take Shaq over Hakeem because guess what? Shaq was still young when he swept him. Shaq was still young when Hakeem swept him. You understand what I'm saying? And Shaq later on, if you would have took year 2000 Shaq against that Hakeem, that would have been maybe a different story. But players grow and they get better, and at that time, there was a much more veteran team. And I remember watching that series against Orlando, and, it was a great series. But at the end of the day, Shaq wasn't quite ready. So sometimes you got to take those L's, man. Do people say Shaq not a great player because he took L's in the finals? But one thing I do want to say is, with Shaq saying that about LeBron, that kind of showed it to me he's a little bit of a hater too, because you can't simply remove somebody out of the GOAT conversation because they got swept at age 38 in the Western Conference Finals on a team that started off 2-10, a team that you've made all these trades at the deadline. You got a rookie head coach. I mean, all the things that the Lakers did. When you're talking about a Denver Nuggets team that's been together consistently for the past 4 or 5 years with the same exact core, minus adding this KCP, Eric Gordon a couple years ago, they've been right there. They've been the number 1 seed since early December. They played a hell of a game. You got Jokić over Dirk. That's a damn good one. That's a good one. I might have to do a whole show about that Jokić over Dirk. I'm not ready to say that just yet. I think he can. Yep, LeBron did spoil a lot of people, man. All these haters going to be sad when he gone because who they going to start hating on? Hold on. For all these haters out here, my guy, this hater right here, this other hater right here, Paul, if you ain't left yet, Rico Suave, I'm looking for you. All y'all haters, where y'all at? Where y'all at? Please, stand in. I got a question for all the haters out here. Who are you going to hate on when LeBron James retires? Who y'all going to hate on? I'm just curious, man, because y'all just find whatever reason to hate on this man who put his friends on, made them all rich, put money in their pocket, never sold out, kept it real, kept it 100%, put his all into the game, show up and show out every time. But yet y'all want to find a reason to hate on this man. Chris Mallory, yep, sometimes he's too passive. I said that, in the third quarter, he came out a little bit too passive, but I think that's 38-year-old LeBron James. He scored 31 points in the first half. What else can you expect for him to do? He's trying to get his teammates involved. If you go back and watch film, it's a difference between watching the game and then going back and watching film. I wish, man, that I could break down film and show it to you all, because anytime I ever tried to break down film and show it to people and put it on here, they copyright me and put me out of there and say, oh, you got one more time and you're going to get banned. So, I cannot put up anything that's exclusive to the NBA as far as, different plays and coverages. But eventually what I want to do is kind of put that on some of my Twitter feed once I get that up and going. But y'all know I'm old. I'm just trying to get all this together, man. I'm just doing what I can because I love y'all. I love my YouTube family, man. I promise you, I even love the haters, and that's why I send out love to the haters, man. You know, yep. Paul said he gonna hate on his son. Boy, that let you know that man the true hater, boy. Golly, you gonna hate on the kid. Boy, dang, what LeBron do to you? Hold on. You must have been somewhere. You must be from Cleveland, and that man stole your gal one night. What did he do to you personally? I cried when he quit because he LeBron, the greatest history. Yeah, man. It's gonna be tough to see him out of there, man. Breaking news. What's the breaking news? K Rich, let me know. What's the breaking news? I missed it. Let me know what it is. I saw breaking news earlier. They said, what, LeBron James, I have a lot of things to think about. Hey, I don't know if y'all noticed this, but a few weeks ago, they was asking LeBron about his son, who he's going to play with. Melo retired. Yeah, we saw that. Who was he playing with this year? Hell, I thought he already retired, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? But, Bronny James overrated. To be honest, I haven't watched him play enough, but I think he could be slightly overrated. That's true. He is LeBron James' son. We'll see how it works. I'm going to be excited to watch him more at USC, but I think Bryce going to be the guy. Because to be honest, from what I hear, it's what Inner Circles told me when I was in LA, LeBron is considered, yeah, I did hear that, K Rich. That's what they said. I think he just, out of it right now. I don't think he's considering retiring. Do you believe Jimmy Butler is the son of MJ? Man, I did see that, man. They do kind of look alike, and they said MJ used to get around down in the Houston area, man. But shout out to Jimmy Butler, man. Jimmy Butler, hell of a story, what he went through. Kicked out the house at 12, 13 years old, slept around with his homies until somebody took him in, man. His foster mom or whoever, his homeboy friend, just started letting him stay there, man. He got into basketball. That's crazy. Let's see. Is under consideration. They say that, man. Y'all know how LeBron is, man. I love LeBron, but LeBron want to be the show. You know what I'm saying? He mad that they lost. He probably upset. He like, damn, man, I sit up here and drop 40. Y'all mark-ass busters can't even get out here and get a little, you know what I'm saying? He probably hot, and now he just like, I'm considering retirement. I don't think so. He got a fire inside of him. I mean, after 20 years, he might. Maybe he thought this was his greatest opportunity, but I honestly feel, if he can get some sort of just a little bit of load management next year at his age, it's good. Then him and AD could maybe just have a healthy postseason, because at the end of the day, LeBron James still wasn't fully healthy. And I feel like if he was fully healthy, like he's summing up the energy like he did tonight, if he could have continued if he could have did that throughout the series, then they would have did it. I want a video chat with you one day. I got a lot of questions. Man, guess what? I got a platform I'm about to start where we're going to be able to do that, man. It's going to be available on multiple platforms. I'm going to be talking about that real soon. Let's see. AD should be disgusted with himself. Yeah, he should. AD, man, somebody needs to, man. I don't know, AD. I almost just said something, but I'm trying to be cool. Anthony Davis didn't make any sense. Anthony Davis tonight, go back to it. 6 out of 15. We saw last game just as bad. -6 on the floor by Anthony Davis. Wasn't aggressive at all. He had 9 points, really. He ended up with, 21 points. But going into the fourth, he only had 9 points. He got a lot of free throws. Yeah, AD has been bad. But we weren't saying that in the Memphis series where he was outstanding. Y'all got to understand, the playoffs is all about matchups. And, Denver just strictly out-coached the Lakers a lot of times where I felt like they still put Hachimura on Jokić and let AD come. That was a good adjustment, but Denver made an adjustment back to that, and instead of the Lakers readjusting and giving him multiple looks like a LeBron James or AD or Hachimura, they was giving him a heavy dose of Hachimura, allowing him to figure out and shoot over him, so it's just a lot of different things as that was concerned. But let's see. J.R. Smith wasn't doing what Steph was doing. Steph took it to the next level. Look up New York Knicks, J.R. Smith. Yeah, man, J.R. Smith, man, I know all about some J.R. Smith, man, was hella athletic. I remember, look up Denver Nuggets J.R. Smith when he was yoking on fools, man. Probably one of the best dunks I ever saw. Better go look up that. I'm trying to remember who he dunked on. I'm trying to remember that. But, Yeah, Tristan Thompson had some minutes tonight. I didn't quite understand that. He played well while he was out there, but if Mo Bamba was available, I'd like to see him as a big body kind of guard Jokic too, because Jokic still was having his way when he wanted to. You know, Anthony Davis, he just got to do better, man. This new era LeBron James not better than Michael Jordan. New era LeBron James, man, he in his 20th year. What are you talking about? Y'all need to go back and watch film and look at LeBron James from year like 2008 through year 2016. That's when I ultimately really started becoming a LeBron James fan too. When I saw him going against those Boston Celtics teams with the big three of KG, Paul Pierce, and Rajon Rondo and man, who am I forgetting? KG. But let's see. Do you think with the Lakers and LeBron out the spotlight, do you think ratings on these spot shows are going to take a hit? Man, there's some things I really want to say regarding this, but I don't know if I should. But I'm just gonna put it like this, man. If you look at it, for some reason, I think the NBA is trying to set themselves up. I'm a, hold on. I'm gonna get back to that. I'm not doing a game channel. I think the NBA is trying to set themselves up for life after LeBron. Because maybe they could have had LeBron James in the finals. It probably would have been a higher rating finals. Not saying that they rigged games by any means, but it was a couple of calls that was kind of questionable throughout the end of this game and in the series too. Yeah, that's what MJ was out here smoking cigars and drinking. You right, but am I gonna do a gaming channel? Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna do a gaming channel because guess what? I'll be on that 2K, and I tell y'all what, I get this year's Lakers, and I promise y'all, I don't care. What I love doing whenever I be playing 2K online, and I had the Lakers with LeBron and the AD, and somebody end up getting the 95, 96 Bulls, I start licking my chops because I know I'm about to win by 40 and smack them. So yeah, I'll probably do a gaming channel and run that live, man, for anybody who want to challenge the great champion of 2K myself. I am in the GOAT League on 2K. My son be laughing at me because he say nobody play online or whatever, but it's a million users on there, and guess what? I'm in the top 2,000. You understand me? So yes, I'm cold on that 2K. Even though I ain't played in a while, I just got back on it. But yeah, I can do that. Yeah, and that'll be real fun. Matter of fact, we can do a playoff. Anything. There's all kind of things we can do with that. Let's see. They not gonna give LeBron his flowers, y'all. Of course, they not gonna give him his flowers. Lakers role players were better than Nuggets role players. Not in the series, they weren't. I think if you look at it on paper, they should have been and they could have been. But Bruce Brown had games where he played better. KCP was consistent throughout the series. Uh, I don't really consider Austin Reeves as a role player anymore because he's starting now. He is still a role player, but he played great throughout the series as well. But the Nuggets role players played much better. Like Michael Porter, man, when he got open, you knew he was about to drop it. I just feel like Michael Porter played well. Aaron Gordon, he played well throughout the series. Even though he was one of the people kind of like he didn't become unplayable like Vando because he was the Vando of the Nuggets because that's who you dared to leave open. That's who you dared to leave open. Oh yeah, that Mortal Kombat, y'all already know. I'm on it. But that's who he left open. But Vando couldn't hit a shot to save his life. I'm curious to see if LeBron even do not give D'Angelo a big contract. No, don't even sign him. And I think ultimately he won't be there. Getting benched in the last elimination game of the playoffs. Uh, yeah, Rui was 3-12 tonight. But what did he ultimately do? What did Rui ultimately do on the defensive end? Because that was more importantly the biggest thing. He didn't have his greatest night, and you're right. If Rui would have just hit a couple of those threes, because he had a lot of good threes, but he just missed them. Yeah, exactly, exactly. I'm with you there. But ultimately that is what it is. I say you do not pay D'Angelo Russell. I say if Kyrie can somehow agree to take 29 million, 28 million a year, then I think you get Kyrie. But if he wants 40 million a year, I say no. Because first of all, you got to look at, you know, who's restricted and who's unrestricted. So you got Lonnie Walker, who only makes 6.5 million a year. He's unrestricted. He's gonna be gone. Uh, D'Lo had snow in the vein, man. D'Lo, I don't know what he was doing, but Malik Beasley, $15 million. You can do some kind of trade with Malik Beasley because he kind of played his way out the series. I think if Malik Beasley got playing time throughout the year and actually developed a chemistry, he could be a great bench player because we know he can get high from three, but he just has to be consistent. He kind of got his way played out of a series, and I think that was sad to see because then you bring in Lonnie Walker. He did good against Golden State, had a big game one time, but I just kind of feel bad that they got away from Troy Brown because Troy Brown is an excellent defender, and I think he should have had an opportunity to play more than garbage time in this series as well. I think he had earned that right before, but just to, when he had really took Lonnie Walker place in the starting lineup for a reason. Yeah, get Malik Monk back. It won't happen. Malik Monk is happy at Sacramento. He's back with his Kentucky teammate, De'Aaron Fox, and Malik Monk going to probably find himself ultimately in the starting position with Sacramento, but we shall see. It would be nice if Malik Monk would have stayed. If Malik Monk would have stayed, the Lakers would have been a lot better, and the Lakers almost kept the services of Malik Monk, but ultimately that kind of made his decision because he wanted to go play with his dear friend D'Angelo Fox, who he played with in college, and that played a lot into it. But the Lakers had a steal on Rui Hachimura because he's a restricted free agent. He's only making $5 million a year. That's somebody who we can keep. Hold on, what we got here? We forget this is half a season team without a full season chemistry. Exactly, that's what I alluded to. And you can still build that same chemistry just without D'Angelo Russell. Let Schroeder be your starter. He's a much better defender. He shows he can hit pressure shots. He's not a better shooter than D'Angelo, but D'Angelo showed that he's not the best shooter either under pressure. So, man, I wish I should have got tickets. If the tickets weren't so damn high, I would have sat right behind Darvin Ham and been telling them what. Do I play man? I ain't played man in a while, y'all. Y'all know, man, I'm old. I got 5 kids and 4 grandkids. And, man, if I even get some time to get on the game. But I'm telling y'all what, back in the day when I used to play, man, I was undefeated. Nobody couldn't beat me. And I used to bet people $20 today. 5! You could bet me 5 and I bet 20. And I'll win every single time. That's how cold I was. But the last time I was playing Madden back then, is to tell you how long ago it was. Hell, I was using Michael Vick. So that'll let you know something. Man. Hey, y'all put the shots out there. Let me coach. I'm telling you, even with Vogel last year, we could have did some things, man. You think LeBron James would be better? Nah, I don't think so. Maybe Bryce might be. You never know. Let's see. Lakers need guards that can score at all 3 levels. Exactly. And that's something simply that D'Angelo Russell can't do. And if you retain the services of Dennis Schroeder, I'm saying Dennis Schroeder, he only makes $2.6 million a year. He's an unrestricted free agent. I'm sure he's going to try to go make his money. But I think the Lakers could send a pitch to him because we all know that Darvin Ham coached Dennis Schroeder when he was at Atlanta when he first came into the league, D-Lo to Taiwan. Yeah, you're right, man. Did y'all see Dwight Howard the other night? Everything he was saying, man, it was hilarious. But y'all, we are pushing an hour right now. I just want to give a shout out to everybody. Dennis, he is solid. He played defense, man. Troy Brown Jr. only make $2 million a year. I think he an unrestricted free agent. I'm not sure who's going to open up the checkbook to Troy Brown. If he might stay with Lakers, I'm sure he'd love LA. I'm sure he'd love being on the team, but I'm sure he don't love being on the bench. So that'll be a decision. But at $1.9 million, that's really not affecting the Lakers. The big thing is going to be the Austin Reeves decision is, how much are other teams going to be willing to pay Austin Reeves? He is a restricted free agent. The Lakers will be able to match, the Lakers will be able to match anybody in the offseason. Dwight Howard would have locked up Jokić like he did in 2020. Hey, at least he could have fouled him and been, very physical with him. And I'm telling y'all what, man. Jokić, you can see at one point he had the ball way behind his head when he hit that back 3 like that. I'm telling you right now, muscle memory, when you get your shot, you ready, you got it going. Dwight Howard did make Jokić uncomfortable because he would put a body into him, and that's something that the Lakers really weren't doing. And you got to give props to Jokić on that last play with 3 seconds left when he took AD to the hole and took the contact and made that shot to put them up by 2. I think that was really the biggest play of the game to put them up. But one big mistake I want to say about LeBron James leading to the end, it was like 30-some seconds left. He took way too much time off the clock. I think where they could have went in and probably tied it up or took the lead because LeBron, got Jokić in a mismatch. So he had Jokić at the top of the key. LeBron, put your head down. You could get by Jokić. You can do that all game. Put your head down and go to it. And, maybe you get fouled, but instead he elected to throw it to Shooter. Shooter, who then threw it over to Austin Reeves. KCP tipped it out of bounds. Austin Reeves didn't get the corner three. If Shooter would have got that over to Austin Reeves, I honestly think Austin Reeves would have hit that three and put the Lakers up by 1. But ultimately, it didn't happen. LeBron James shoots it off the side of the backboard because there's only 2 seconds left and he's falling away. I think he was just trying to get an attempt to get it up off the rim to see if AD could get an offensive board and put it back. But ultimately, it wasn't to be. They played good defense. Surprised Jamal Murray didn't hit that floater. Ultimately gave the Lakers a chance with 4 seconds on the clock. If it had been 6 or 7 seconds, I think LeBron gets the offensive rebound, goes up strong. He did have AD on the top of the key and other options that he could have kicked it out to. But everybody who want to give LeBron James hell saying he's scared, he took the last shot of the game. So what else do you want him to do? So at the end of the day, yep, Jokić, man, he did his thing. That 3 was crazy because if you take that away, that was perfect defense that was played. If they don't hit that 3, they don't win the game. If they don't hit that 3, they don't win the game. They ultimately won 113 to 111. They would have lost. That was a crazy 3 that he hit, At the end of the day, it is what it is, man. I appreciate everybody who joined tonight on the live stream. Have a full breakdown tomorrow. We're going to have so much more to talk about. Y'all let me know. Y'all know we're going to keep talking about Lakers for the offseason, but we could do some coverage of the NBA Finals, although at this point, I don't even give a damn. I'm tired of the NBA Finals because if the Lakers not in it, I don't even want to see it. But anyway, man, much love to everybody. Like I said, all them haters, send them love. And for everybody who want to do the GOAT debate and talk about LeBron James' blessing to you, Lord Brownskin 716, yeah. Murray really did the most damage to me. Oh, yeah, I did want to bring that up. I'm glad you said that before I go. I'm surprised Murray didn't get but they had these new Western Conference and Eastern Conference Finals MVP trophies now. I know Jokić get triple-doubles every game. Man, this man, DP, you said I played Madden in 94? I'm going to be honest. Yeah, I did. I was playing Madden, y'all, back on Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis. I promise you. And then when that PlayStation 1 came out, I was busting heads on that one. PlayStation 2 came out, I was busting heads on that one too. So at the end of the day, man, much love to everybody. I see everybody dipping off now. So I got to get to work in the morning. We shall be back with a lot more to talk about in the postseason. But as always, man, it's been your boy B New. I'm saying right on to the real and much love to these haters. I'm out.